university and we've got nearly 4,000 staff, we've got to get those messages out. Now, if those staff who are very clever people don't understand it, will students who are, are a lot younger and are less mature understand it? Characteristics around group 4 are role play. How many of you use role play? We're going to find out. You do, but how many of you use it? Great. Other things, experiential learning. So getting students to experience something, or draw on their own experience that we're doing this morning, or experience that. Using different techniques of IT. You can get people to draw pictures. They don't have to write essays. You can get them to do collage work. Standard training technique is when you get people to describe their organisation, they create an animal. So what does the if IILM were an animal, or the student experience for an animal, what would it look like? And you see animals with trunks and big ears, and and just get people to think about it. And the group on Monday that I'm working with don't know, but some of them are going to be doing role play, some of them are going to be doing collages, some of them are going to be doing pictures, because I need them to think in different ways. I need them to do things in different ways. Change the learning and teaching environment again. So how does this work for you? If it's not working for us ideally today, it's not going to work, things that put a barrier between you and the student. Because you put them in a place where you're expecting them to write, expecting them to copy down every word you say. And every word that you say won't be right. You are not there to just pour information in their head. You're there to let them blossom and find out what they already know. And encourage lateral thinking and dynamism. So what you want is, you want energy in that classroom. You want real energy and passion from them. And if they're looking a bit floppy and a bit weary, they're not going to be taking anything in, So you need to think about how you can get that kind of dynamism. And you can read some of it doesn't have to be in learning and teaching. You can look outside of things around things like De Bono, or read other articles about how do you get lateral thinking. Look to design. How do designers come up with creative ideas for marketing products? They sit there, they brainstorm, they think outside the box. That's the same thing that you're going to have to do. And it just makes it more interesting for you. Do you really want to be going in there, doing another lecture with another PowerPoint to another set of students every hour of every day during the week? Actually, if you're getting bored, so will they. It needs to be fun for you. And it's fun for you, it's fun for them. Okay, so this is what you want to see. This is for you what's been your innovative and creative experience. So now what I want you to do is, I want you to look at your own of how you're teaching, and look at the strengths and weaknesses of your teaching methods. This is your ideal scenario. So now you're going to go back and look at what you're doing at the moment. Okay? And it's almost like a gap analysis, but we're going to do a SWOT analysis. And what I called it is a mini module laundry. So if you think about reflecting on what you're doing, see it as doing your laundry. You're giving it a bit of a refresh, you're squirting it with some fabric conditioner, you're making it look new, you're getting rid of the tired old smelly stuff and the clothes that you really like. You're going to do a laundry with what you're doing. And what I want you to do is, I asked you to do some pre-workshop work, which was to identify all the modules you teach and all the teaching methods that you currently use and your assessment methods. Because you could go in and you could be the most creative, dynamic and innovative teacher that you are, and then what you've set is a 3-hour exam. Fantastic. So you've done all this fantastic work, and then what you do with them is you sit them in a room and you give them an exam and they regurgitate what they think you should tell them. How many times when they go into work are they going to do an examination? Not very often. What they will be asked to do with a day's notice is to do a presentation, to do a pitch, to work through the night to solve a financial crisis, to do some organisational difficult conversation with a member of staff, you know, they'll be asked to do something else. Yes, there is a time and a place to check their learning for examinations. What I'm saying is, don't have a disconnect with your assessment methods. So what I'd quite like you to do is work in fours, and I'd like you to find somebody else that you haven't worked with already, sit in a foursome, and we've got about half an hour to do this laundry. And what I'd quite like you to do is to share your teaching and learning methods and your assessment methods and do a SWOT analysis. But I don't want to do the threats and opportunities, I just need you to do your strengths and your weaknesses. And also, keep in mind, this was your ideal, so what are you doing? Okay? And start doing your laundry. Don't have a break. So, move around again. Start to work with somebody you haven't worked with before, might be the other side of the room.